We await anyone born of a woman to protest the Kano death sentence. Man dares. Nigerians on social media reacted to the sentence of one Yahaya Sharif Aminu to death by hanging on Monday, 10th August 2020 by a Sharia court in Kano. Most of those who reacted expressed dissatisfaction and protested the verdict, which they claimed is archaic and incompatible with the Constitution of Nigeria. But a Muslim civil engineer took to Twitter and dared those who disapproved of the death sentence to take their protests to the streets of Kano. Kano State is one of the states in Nigeria that have implemented the Sharia law. Most of the Muslims in Kano are conservative and they don't tolerate acts of blasphemy against Islam, be it by a non-Muslim or a practicing Muslim. There are instances in the past whereby blasphemers are lynched, but with the implementation of Sharia, such offenses are charged to Sharia courts. In 2015, 9 persons were sentenced to death for blasphemy. The verdict of death sits well with most of the people. It is unthinkable for anyone or group of people to dare protest such sentencing on the streets of Kano. It is a suicide mission. The civil engineer knows that. Going by the name Yasser Arafat Jibril, the young civil engineer describes himself as a Muslim and he believes without apology to no one in the verdict of death upon anyone who blasphemes against Prophet Muhammad. There are many Muslims, especially in northern Nigeria, who share Yasser belief. 5 years ago, one Bashir Ahmed, who is now a personal assistant to President Muhammad Buhari, on new media expressed similar conviction when 9 persons were sentenced in death in Kano for the crime of blasphemy. I have no idea if Bashir still upholds same belief. Sharia law is an Islamic set of instructions, has shaped the lifestyle, worldview, and essence of most Muslims for more than 1,000 years. Muslim for progressive values. Engineer Yasser Arafat Jibril and Ahmed Bashir are a breed of young northern Muslims, well educated and exposed. Many Nigerians expected them to know better that the law that sentenced 22 years old Yahaya to death is incompatible with the dictates of the Nigerian constitution and alien to the modern world. But then, Muslims in northern Nigeria are very conservative. When democracy was restored in Nigeria in 1999, most northern states began implementing Sharia laws, including Kano, where Yahaya Sharif Aminu released his blasphemous song. After the blasphemous music was circulated in Kano earlier this year, some Muslims in the state came out to protest the delay in bringing Yahaya to justice. Some mobs had earlier gone to the musician's family home and would have burned down the house had security operatives not intervened. The protesters took their protest to Hisbah office in Kano. Hisbah is the body recognized by Sharia and the Kano state government to ensure compliance to Islamic laws in the state. The protesters warned that if the authorities fail to act, the people will be forced to take laws into their hands. Yesterday, Qadi Aliyu Muhammad Kani of an upper Sharia court sitting in Hausawa quarters in Kano sentenced the accused to death by hanging as prescribed by Sharia law. Some Nigerians are of the opinion that the verdict is too extreme and incompatible with the Nigerian constitution, but some Muslims express support for the verdict and clearly want the sentence to be carried out. Social media platforms have since yesterday been turned into a debating floor and as protest grounds. Not satisfied with the online condemnation, the devoted Muslim civil engineer Yasser Arafat Jabir dared those protesting the sentence online to take their protest to the streets of Kano. In as much as Yahya Sharif Aminu had committed a grave offense, justice ought to be tempered with mercy. He must not be forgiven, but other punishment should be prescribed on him, other than death. But then, Sharia law is considered a sacred law which no man has the power to change, and had shaped the lifestyle, worldview, and essence of most Muslims for more than 1,000 years. Many Muslims in Nigeria considered it most supreme, more than the constitution of Nigeria. People like Engineer Yasser and Bashir Ahmed believe. If the new crop of northern elites still consider Sharia law supreme and not the constitution, do they actually believe in Nigeria at all? Does such an attitude explain the prevalence of extremism and terrorism in the region? Please share your opinion. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, this is absolutely wrong. It is wrong. See, vengeance is only for God. God alone has the right to take the life of man. Who are you to take the life of man without the permission of God? Who are you to decide when he should depart this earth? Are you his creator? Are you his founder? Are you the one that made him? It is God that made him and not you. So God alone has the right over his life. You took the life of a man before his people. You give him a sentence. A sentence that is so grievous. A sentence that is so devilish. You sentenced a man. You sentenced him without inviting or asking God for it. Haba, we have committed a grievous offense. Sharia law is a law that God Almighty will never and will never recognize till the end of this earth. Islamists should get it right and understand that that law should be abolished. That Kano State is still recognizing such a law, I tell you, they are actually still living in the medieval era. And so they should leave themselves and take themselves away from that era, because that era doesn't worth existing. You understand? So as a true Islamist, it is good that you embrace love, patience, and mercy. That is the only way you can please Allah. So my viewers, please, what's your take on this news? Don't hesitate to leave your comment behind. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.